Young and the Restless. Wednesday, April 29, 2026. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today is a truly beautiful day to sit down, grab a massive cup of coffee, and dive deep into the absolute madness that is currently unfolding in Genoa City. We have an explosive week of television to unpack, filled with shocking medical emergencies, corporate warfare, and romantic twists that nobody saw coming. Let us jump right into the drama because there is so much to discuss. I am still physically shaking from that terrifying gas station scene in Las Vegas. I cannot believe they actually went there with Nick Newman. We all knew he was spiraling, and the signs have been there for weeks. But seeing him literally hit rock bottom and collapse from a bad batch of drugs, insane. And Matt Clark just pulling the strings from the shadows like a sick, twisted puppet master. I have been watching this show since the 90s, and Matt has always been an absolute menace. But this is next level evil. Nick and Adam storming that grimy, abandoned gas station to save Sharon and Noah was supposed to be this epic, triumphant hero moment. But instead, Nick just drops right in front of them. The absolute trauma for Noah and Sharon, who are already chained up and terrified, having to watch Nick seize up and almost die on that filthy concrete floor. I was screaming at my television screen. The sheer panic in Noah's eyes will haunt me for a long time. And thank God for Sienna Bacall. I know some people in the fandom are kind of iffy on her, but personally, she is the absolute MVP of the week. Chelsea Lawson and Sienna teaming up to take down Matt Clark is the female empowerment duo I didn't know I needed. Sienna swooping in at the exact right second with a Narcan to literally bring Nick back from the dead. Iconic. But what really broke my heart into a million pieces was Adam Newman, the black sheep, the former spider, literally begging his golden boy brother to get help for his painkiller addiction. The role reversal here is just staggering. Remember when Nick used to look down on Adam for all his dark choices? Yeah. Well, look who is holding the family together now. It is Adam, and it is so raw and so emotional. I kind of love this for Adam's character development, but I absolutely hate seeing Nick reduced to this broken state. Wait, I am getting ahead of myself because we have to talk about Victor because, of course, the mustache has to step in and handle things his way once the dust settles. Victor forcing Nick to look him in the eye and admit he has a severe drug addiction was brutal to watch. It was harsh, cold, and classic Victor, but honestly, it was necessary. Nick has been hiding behind his grief and his Newman pride for way too long. But you know who I really feel for in all of this? Nikki. Nikki finding out her son overdosed, and she had no idea because she was too busy playing games with Jack and Diane. The guilt is eating her alive, and Melody Thomas Scott is acting her heart out. As a recovering alcoholic herself, Nikki knows the insidious signs of addiction. She knows the secretive behavior, the mood swings, the lies, and she missed it all. I genuinely felt my heart break for her when she broke down, realizing she was too distracted by her own marital drama to see her son dying right in front of her. Which brings me to this whole Jack and Nikki situation. Okay, I am just going to say it. I am weirdly here for it. Jack and Nikki teaming up to fake a romance just to make Diane and Victor jealous. It is so petty, so high school, and I am obsessed. But it is not just a silly game anymore, because Jack is actually stepping up when Nikki needs him the most. Jack is a former addict himself. Remember his agonizing pill addiction years ago. He knows exactly what Nick is going through, and he knows how to support Nikki through the absolute terror of loving an addict. Their bond right now is so genuine, even if it started as a ridiculous plot to mess with Diane. Jack holding Nikki as she cries over Nick is the kind of deep, historical character connection that makes me love this soap opera so much. Speaking of Diane, wow, can we talk about Patty Williams? Patty is just a menace to society, and I love every single second of it. Patty taunting Kyle Abbott about successfully splitting his parents up is just peak soap opera villainy. Kyle is standing there completely helpless and frustrated, while Patty just rubs salt in the wound with that crazy glint in her eye. And Diane is losing her absolute mind. She is so paranoid, so furious, and honestly, she brought a lot of this on herself. But Patty is just a chaotic, neutral force of destruction at this point. I kind of want to see how far she will push Kyle before he completely snaps. Okay, back to the point. We desperately need to talk about the corporate bloodbath happening in Genoa City, the Grand Canyon-sized ego clash of Victor versus Phyllis, the mustache versus Red. I am sorry, but Phyllis is an absolute legend for holding her ground against Victor. He is literally trying to crush her, and she is just standing there like, bring it on, old man. I have been a Phyllis fan for years, and this is exactly why. She never backs down. But it is not just Victor she is fighting. Victoria and Christine are tag teaming her, bullying her relentlessly, and prepping for a massive court battle. Victoria is acting like a total mini Victor right now, so smug and arrogant, looking down her nose at Phyllis. And the bug, Christine is just loving the fact that she gets to prepare a legal defense to take Phyllis down. It is like the 90s all over again. I know some fans are tired of the Christine and Phyllis rivalry, but I am living for the nostalgia. Do I think Phyllis has a real chance against Victor, Victoria, and Christine? I really, really hope so. The best woman will win. And we all know Phyllis always has a trick up her sleeve. Now, let's switch gears to something that actually made me cry happy tears, but also has me incredibly suspicious. Kane Ashby. Kane found out he is the bone marrow match for Malcolm Winters. When Lily found out, the pure joy and relief on her face just shattered me. She has been so desperate, and then her ex-husband swoops in to save her uncle's life. Kane is actually going through with the bone marrow donation, which is amazing, but, and this is a huge but for me, I do not trust Kane. I want to believe this is just a selfless act, and I see the sparks flying between him and Lily again. I really think they are slowly inching toward a reunion, and the writers are definitely pushing them back together. But remember Kane's history, the lies, the corporate espionage. Part of me is terrified he is going to use this heroic donation as leverage later on. Am I being too cynical? Maybe. But you can never be too careful when it comes to Kane Ashby. And speaking of the Winters family, can we please talk about Devon and Abby? I am so incredibly frustrated with Devon right now. He is being so vindictive regarding Mariah Copeland. Mariah is literally in a mental health facility, struggling to hold on to her sanity, and Devon is just pushing and pushing. Why is he acting like this? Abby is actually the voice of reason here, which is shocking because she was the one whose baby was taken. Abby blasting Devon for his lack of empathy and defending Mariah's need for hospitalization was such a powerful, necessary moment. I never thought I would be cheering for Abby in this scenario, but she is 100% right. Devon needs to let go of his anger before he destroys the people around him. Wait, I almost forgot the most emotional part of the episode. Billy and Sally. Oh my God. After all the drama and the anxiety, Billy actually stepped up and gave Sally this incredibly romantic evening. They are really bonding over this pregnancy now. Seeing them go to the doctor together to check on the baby, it was so sweet. Sally is finally starting to feel comfortable with the idea of having another child. After losing baby Ava, I know how terrified she has been. The trauma of that loss has defined her for so long. Seeing her smile, seeing her actually let herself hope for a future with Billy and this new baby, it is beautiful. But honestly, as a longtime fan, it makes me so nervous. Whenever a couple gets this happy and comfortable on this show, disaster is usually right around the corner. I am dreading what might happen next, but for now, I just want to protect Sally Spectra at all costs. What a week, guys. I need a nap.